And we're about to go live right now. Perfect. We're just going live. Welcome everybody. We're just kind of saying hi. Sue's just got a new hair did. So she's having a great day.
There's my win.
Oh yeah.
I got cute hair.
Going right into it. Perfect timing.
Just kidding.
No, I think that's an amazing win. Actually, my wife just got her hair out. She's had extensions in for the last few months. And so her she's having a hair day as well. So I get it. So opening things up to some wins as we get started with everyone, as I'll kind of just monitor Facebook over here. But any other wins we got going on today?
I didn't get to share yesterday, so I wanted to share today. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Didn't get to. I just didn't share yesterday. But anyway, last week, okay, this is how important setting goals is. So last week I set an outrageous number of pieces to sell. I said 400 pieces. I don't sell near 400 pieces and it's crazy. So I told all my customers and I was like, hey, we're going to sell 400 pieces. I sell more like 250, consistently. And so all my customers are like, let's do it. So I just went live all day, every day, like not all day, every day, but I just did. And I did it. I sold like 450. I actually beat my goal by a lot. So make goals and tell your customers that.
Holy
the moral
cow.
of that.
That's awesome, Suze.
Yeah.
What do you feel like you did differently? Do you feel like you just went live longer? Like what else do you feel like you did differently?
I think the clicker on my thumb is really important. I know we kind of had a little trading about that a little while ago. Get a clicker or count how you're doing, because I would have stopped earlier, but I looked at my clicker and go, oh, I need to sell 10 more today, and so I kept going. Normally I would be like, oh, I'm tired, I'm done, but because I could see the number and I could just be like, oh, I can just go live for another 20 minutes and sell 10 more pieces, I'll do it. So I think just knowing where you're at every day, I think is really helpful, because you're just going to push yourself just that little bit more to just reach that goal. So
love it. That's crazy what we're able to do in our lives and what we think we can't. Go ahead, Bill. You're gonna say something?
Yeah, I kind of tagged onto that because I saw Sue's doing that with the clicker. And so this month for us, it's a short month. We're going on vacation. 25th anniversary, dream trip. We're going to Europe for 2 weeks. So this month we only have 2 weeks. And so we set a goal that we wanted to sell a minimum of 50 pieces by the 15th. Which is a lot for us. I mean, we're small, just getting going and whatnot. And we thought, okay, if we can do 50 by then, we are already over 30 and it's only the 4th of the month. And we have 4 events coming up still before we leave town. And we have I've got people claiming stuff off of our live last night. I haven't even counted that in there yet. So I think we're going to come closer to 100 by the 15th, which is our new goal. And that is just, to do that in 2 weeks' time is just mind-blowing for us. So it does work. We tell our people and they step up to the plate.
Way to go, Bill. We're excited for you and your trip. What someone said over here on Facebook, going over to Sue's, where can you purchase a clicker? I'm assuming just Amazon.
I did.
Yeah.
I called it a finger clicker, and it's just a little band that goes on your, I wear it on my thumb. Do you have one? Yeah, that's exactly what I bought. Yep. You can get a pack for like $6. And so I've given them to some team members that are local,
Awesome.
and send them to whoever, but yeah. Buy them for everybody. They're so cool. And you just keep it on your thumb and everybody asks about it. What's that on your thumb? And I go, oh, it's my clicker. I click, and then everybody's just kind of excited about it. Then they remind me to click because I forget to click sometimes. And they're like, click, click, click in the comments. And I'm like, oh yeah. So it's like a game. It becomes a game for everybody. And like your customers are going to love it because it's just another fun thing that they can just like, be a part of a community.
Love that. Something interesting about that is I went to a business conference just barely, and we talked about the idea of kind of gamifying things and getting people involved with it, right? And so something involved, and part of that, Suze, as well, is like even saying like, hey, you guys, if you guys guess, if someone guesses the end piece, I'm not going to show anybody my clicker, but if someone guesses the end piece of how many pieces we sold, I'll give you a free piece, right? Then
I did
people are
that.
able, did you?
I
Awesome.
do that so after that one day, the next day I'll go, okay, how many pieces do you think we sold yesterday? And everybody will guess. And their guesses are so low. It's so funny. And I'm all like, don't you think I sold more than that? Because they're guessing
That's
like
awesome.
10, 20. And I'm like, no, we did 88 pieces yesterday. And so then whoever guesses, then I'll give them a free piece. Yeah,
Heck
make
yeah.
everything into a game. I think that is like key, and always switching things up. Because if you feel like you're in a rut, I think that's the best thing, is just like throw something weird. I do this one thing where I ask everybody their birth month. So all my people come on, and then I only do it sometimes. And I go, okay, everybody, what's your birth month? I'm going to pick one of the months, and whoever has the birthday in that month wins a free piece.
Mm.
So, or you can just, if you don't have a lot of people watching you, maybe just say you're only going to do like certain months or whatever. And so I think just throwing things like that, a lot of
Totally.
elites tell me to do that. So that's good.
Love it. Love it. That's awesome. I was actually on a call with Bill yesterday. Bill's a part of a little group that we're a part of. And something we talked about is, since Bill's going out of town, we talked about the idea of doing a pre-recorded live sale. We've heard about flash sales and stuff before, but a pre-recorded live sale. And something to gamify that we came up with together was an idea of saying, hey, kind of like a Where's Waldo effect, a part of your video that like, hey, the first person to notice, this happening in the video gets a prize, right? And maybe do it halfway through and at the end as well. So it gets people staying engaged, whether you're live or it's a pre-recorded video. Because most people can kind of maybe tell. Sometimes you can tell if it's a pre-recorded or not, but if it's pre-recorded, then it gets them engaged and keeps them going and gets some engagement going. So kind of a cool, interesting idea. It's similar to Sue's, just like, hey, if you guess this, then you can get a prize. We'll get you some jewelry. So super excited.
Daughter, have her walk through the live wearing jewelry and then say, hey, what was she wearing?
Yeah, and then maybe and then use the comments or DM you. That way people can kind of know whoever's guessed it first. So awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Good ideas. Well, it's good to see you guys. I know I haven't been on here very much. I've been very busy, and so I'm going to excuse my mom and sister. They're actually at an in-person event with Eric Worre right now at his house. So we're excited to hear some gems from them when they come back from here, but we're super excited to see you guys. Some familiar faces as always, super good to see you guys. But we're going to get into day 30 with this leadership and duplication run that Eric Worre is talking about. So he mentioned, he kind of reviewed a little bit. So if you guys are joining us, he reviewed, he calls it the distributor retention process. But for us, we don't call ourselves distributors. We call ourselves consultants, obviously. So he went through yesterday, he reviewed the first 4. So I think he's doing like days of 4 of these consultant retention processes. So the last 4 that he went over yesterday was how to launch somebody, how to get someone to stay, how to launch someone, how to get someone a product kind of story, and get them connected to the community. So he went over the next 4. So 5 through 8 is what he went over today. Okay. So the first one he talked to is about getting one of your new consultants to proclaim to the world that what they're doing. Okay. So it's this idea that if I sign someone up, get them to proclaim, get them to post on social media that they just signed up for an amazing business. This is what they're doing, and I intend to be very successful. It adds a layer of accountability when you have them post on their own social media, just because if they're posting and like 2 weeks later they're doing something else, some people can hold them accountable, like, oh, I thought you were doing this paparazzi thing. It's like, oh, well, then their ego might come in to place a little bit. So it kind of adds a little bit of commitment and accountability factor to it as well. So helps them stay committed, helps you to be able to talk to them and ask them as you're doing the onboarding process, like, are you committed? This is a good like homework assignment for you, is I want you to post on your own social media. Okay. And if for some reason they don't, he said another way that you can do this, because sometimes like we can't control what other people do, but something we can do is you can post on your own timeline, because how many people post about congratulating a new team member? A lot of us do, something that they do is something he said is just like post on your own social media and the different platforms and saying, hey, this is Jane Doe. We're super excited to have her part of the team. Here's their background. This is what their intentions of wanting to be successful in the business. Help me encourage Jane into the business. And then you tag them into that post. That way it shows up on their social media, and a similar effect that people are seeing them, that they're a part of this new business, this new gig, and encourage them as well. So he even said on multiple platforms. So if you're on Facebook, if you find them on Facebook and Instagram, do it on multiple platforms so they have multiple streams of like accountability there. So that was number one. That was number 5. So obviously we're going up through 5, 6, 7, and 8 today. Okay. The next one is the easiest way you can get your new consultant to find a customer. Okay. And for us is basically get a sale. What's the easiest way you can get them to a sale? And in our company, it's pretty, I feel like it's pretty easy just because the jewelry sells itself. It's $5. And so something we talk about a lot is having an open box party. It's kind of like Christmas. It's a lot of fun and pretty easy to invite some people over as you get that first starter kit box, opening it up and making some sales on that first, within that week when that starter kit comes. So if there's any, I mean, there are other ways, but you want to, in the first month, Eric Worre said, if people can make at least $1 in the first month, their likelihood is to make, more money or stay around for 3 to 6 months longer. So that first month is very important. It's basically little milestones, right? If you were on a diet and in the first month you didn't lose any weight, how much more would you want to stick to that diet, right? It's just like, oh, well, I want a little bit of I give them some milestones along the way. Okay. You want to tell them what's going on. And something I learned on this business conference that we just talked about as well is sometimes we think that giving them everything and anything, the more we give them, the more valuable it is because we're giving them so much information because it's all good. But what they're realizing out in the market is when you give them too much information, what happens? We get overwhelmed, right? So it's a way for you to, as you create these like retention processes and systems in your business, give them milestones so they know what to expect along the way. Okay. Just like a race. If you're running a 5K, if you know the certain milestones oh, this is mile 1, this is mile 2, this is mile 3, then it's easier for them to know how much further to go. But if they have no mile markers, it's easier to like quit before they get to the finish line. Okay. Similar to Sue's. I mean, the clicker, like she has her own mile markers that, hey, like every day this last week when she was trying to sell 400, I'm sure you had daily goals, daily mile markers, right? So similar thing. You want to give them a very simple process for them so they don't get overwhelmed. Okay. And side little nugget. My mom actually just talked to me about, there was a little training that she did. I think it was the producers and above little boot camp or something with Trent and the founders and stuff. They said something interesting with with your consultants is I don't quote me on this. It's something around the lines that 60% around this. Okay. So around 60% of people that sign up don't make another order. 60%. They sign up and they don't make an order. But they said if they do make their first order once they sign up, they're like 60 or 70% more likely to continually making more orders or make at least one more order after that. So that could be an extremely easy part of your onboarding process is just get them to make their first order. Get them to make that process to get them logged in and make that first order very, very simple. Okay. Because if they can order more by them just logging on and making their first purchase, I mean, why not? Why not? Okay. So another little side nugget that we're actually going to be working on with our new consultants to incentivize them to like get on and make their first order. Okay. So that was 6, finding an easy way for them to be successful. Number 7 is an event. Do everything in your power to get them to an event, an in-person event if possible. And if not, a live event. So that could be, I mean, I know we just had convention, but I know passport trip. I know that passport trip could be a big one for someone new, or EMP's coming up in February. But if not, create your own live event, create your own live Zoom meeting with some of your team members and get them to get to know each other. Okay. So maybe even just do a live team Zoom meeting once a month to welcome all your new people. Okay. So number 8 is the last one that he's talking about today is your personal growth process. Okay. So find something that you want. Personal growth is like personal development. Find some recommendations that you'd want to give them, whether it's books, podcasts, courses, things like that to help them grow, to be able to help them be a more successful consultant. Whether that's managing emotions, whether that's communication skills, whether that's how to raise your energy, how to like business courses, classes, and things like that. So something He said a lot of businesses and companies out there are really focused on personal growth, and people stick around and stay over the line. His little terminology is getting people to stay over the line, to stay in longer, is because of the personal development and the growth that they experience there. So that's kind of all. That was the 5, 6, 7, and 8 that we went over today. So again, 5 is proclaim, get them to proclaim to the world what they're doing. Number 6 is the easiest way to get them to get a customer. 7 is an event, and 8 is personal growth. Okay, so I'm just looking over system. Get your new consultant to make the first order. Yes, Tanya's helping us out over on Facebook. Give directions to help your team grow. Yeah, exactly. So the thing that's nice about each one of these systems that we're going over is once you have that system in place, you want it obviously duplicatable. So when you're a new team member, when you're teaching a new team member, you already have the system to teach them. It's like, hey, when you sign someone up in a month, in your first month or second month or third month, this is exactly, I have the step-by-step process for you to how to onboard somebody, to help them be successful, to help them get their first customer, to help them have their own product, experience, help them, have that personal development journey. Okay. So that's all I have for today, you guys. So I'm going to open up to any questions or any other nuggets. Honestly, any other nuggets you guys are like you guys have that came up during this. Does anybody else have anything, any other questions or things they'd like to add to today's training? Yes, Susan.
Eric Rory just announced GoPro, and it's just going to be him as the speaker for 3 days. I'm excited about that.
He's going to be throwing down. He's going to be throwing down.
He said it's called the wake up call.
The wake up call. Do you know? Do you have the date, Susan? I know it's the first week in November.
December 1st through 3rd.
1st or 3rd. Okay.
Yep.
December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is the GoPro event. And has he mentioned what the price is for that? Normally they're pretty.
Right now, if you get your tickets now, it's $197.
So it's a 3-day event.
And VIP is like 3 something, I think. Yeah.
Sweet.
And it's in person and virtual. So.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Yeah. So it's 3 full days of events. 3 full days of info and information. A lot of people and other seminars pay quite a bit of money for 3-day events, 4-day events. So this is really, really awesome and something you should definitely push out to your team members as well to get them there. So event, we talk about an event to get them there. GoPro is in December. That's what.
Is this this is the first time I've ever heard of him doing it by himself.
Yeah, he's changing things up.
Wow.
He said there will be a couple of guest industry professionals, but the training itself is going to be just him. But he'll have a couple of guest people. Yeah, he talked about it yesterday or Monday rather on his live that he did Monday.
I missed that. I just got the email, so
yeah,
I brought it up.
The wake up. Yeah, no, it was good you brought it up because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Good reminder, Susan. Thank you guys so much. You guys, if there's not any other things, we can end a little bit earlier. I'm down for that. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit short of a day because I know that you guys are all busy, but I want to say thank you guys so much for joining us. Bill, Suze, Zanetta, Suzanne, Josette, Jeanette, Sandra. I always want to say Sedaria, but it's not Sedaria, it's Sedaria, I believe. Sedaria, correct me if I'm wrong, but I learned in person at convention. I literally had a white post-it note on my computer so I could say it right, and I was saying it wrong still for months. So thank you so much. Chrissy, Robin, thank you guys so much for joining us. Susan, Tanya, all you guys joining us over here on Facebook as well. Peggy, we love you guys. We're super excited you're here. We're 1 month in. We have 2 more months, but yep, 2 more months. We're on day 30. So excited to keep this going and keep these duplication retention processes going and to learn and just grow and to progress. So thank you guys so much again. We love you. I hope you have a great rest of the day and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.